All right. So, yeah, I made a video earlier about, focusing on God and not getting so caught up as to what is going on. Because usually when they're showing you something that's going on, it's usually a facade for something else. Like I said, they're taking away a lot of our civil liberties, um, the things of free speech, some of our basic laws, like the gun laws to carry. Even though I know there are some people who violate that, who are crazy and yeah, they got a whole nother thing. But still, we still need that for our own protection. Um, there are a lot of things that are uh, going on behind the scenes. So um, next time when you look at things like this, I just want you guys to take notice of that. What is it that they're not telling you? Yeah, they're telling you about this whole coronavirus, and you see a lot of people with toilet paper, and they're doing this, which I don't even understand because it is a respiratory thing. So you would think, yes, they'll have masks, but if it's airborne, then it can travel, and you would think about telling people to heat themselves up. And so instead of, yeah. But anywho, um, yeah, you guys have to look at the underlining meaning of things. I know um, this platform that I had was gonna be talking about the how the Miss America pageant and all that, and how I had to train and get myself ready for it. And then once I did, I got approved to go and compete, and then this happened, which is really funny because um, in Hebrew, that's so funny. If you look up what coronavirus means in Hebrew, that means crown. It means crown in Hebrew. In Hebrew, so I think that's kind of ironic. But anyhow, um, this is something that you can use in your everyday life. If something is going on big, you got to find out what's the underlying meaning. For example, like I had this one woman who wanted me to. It was this one woman that used to attack me a lot and say a lot of just disrespectful verbal language towards me. Very negative. She would act very nice for 1 minute and be very negative. And we were in this facility where it wasn't like a correctional facility or a mental facility. Well, yeah, it wasn't a mental facility, but it was a place where I lived, and the I went to go tell the property manager what was going on, and the only thing she was very calm. She was very polite, but she didn't really address the problem. So I was just like, what is going on? And I literally had to constantly complain and write formal complaints about it, and nothing was being addressed. Now, I could have said, okay, I'm going to break my lease or something like that, but I didn't. So later on, which is months later, I get a call, not only a call, but I see that my property manager has made many attempts to come to my job, and not only that, come to my job, but come and look for me to have me to write a statement about this same person that was, very belligerent to me because she said she was belligerent to her. So what was the underlying meaning? Like she didn't care about her being belligerent to me and the other staff and the other tenants in the building. The underlying issue is to get rid of her because the lady, and I was like, what is going on? Why would she tell me that when she could have got someone else, to do that? Because everyone else was considered uh, tainted or one-sided because they finally got burned from this lady. Which, as when they were friends first, and then they got burned. Which, as for me, I really, didn't have that much of a direct relationship with the woman. So, but she was outright and outlandishly abusive. And this was a professional person. This wasn't a person who wasn't who wasn't educated. Most of the time, it's usually people with education. Um, or some kind of financial backing or background. So I sat there and I was like, okay, I'll definitely write the pinpoints and the things of what this lady has said to me and what I've encountered. And then the lady was like, well, I can embellish. I was like, no, there's not going to be any embellishment, but I'll definitely write it. So I sat there and I started writing, but then I thought about it. I was like, what is the thing behind it? And the thing behind it was, like I said, the lady, they had this, since they had this bond, this lady, when you're with someone and you're talking to someone, you form a bond, you learn things about other people. So some of the things that she was telling her was very incriminating. Some of the things about her personal life, some of her incriminating things about her personal life that she did not share. You don't usually share with people. I don't understand how she shared it with her, but she did. Um, Incriminating things about that she shared with other tenants. That she violated their privacy. The privacy laws and things like that. So, um, you guys just remember, it's always some kind of underlying reason. It might sound like you're being evil or prudent, and sometimes you are being prudent because you have to protect your space. You have to protect your space. So, um, yeah, you guys look for the underlying reason. This whole virus thing, think about it. If we're not supposed to be within 6 feet of each other, but we can go into the stores and crowd up and run and pout, and they haven't separated us, something is going on. That's not even logic. Or you can go into a major corporation. I had a client that that's my dog because I'm walking her. I had a client that worked at a fast food chain, and she was just shocked that they could still be open and have that many people on the clock. Now, it's one thing, yes, because you're dealing with the Food and Drug Administration, so those food places are going to be open, because they say they need food and the truckers need food and all this, but you can get that from the gas station. Um, However, it's like, why are you going to have 24 people on the clock when you don't have the space for them to be 6 feet? You probably 6 inches, let alone 6 feet away from each other during that time. Um, just look at that. Why is it that we are able? There's not a limit on how many people go into a store at one time, if that's the case, including the workers. If you don't want it to spread, I'm just putting it out there. So, um, yeah, look for the underlying reason. I'm gonna get off of here because I need to finish walking my dog. Hopefully, something I said or done will help you on your journey. Please stay tuned to Journey to Jerusalem. Thanks.